I'm Summer Huntington of Shala and Steel Mace Vinyasa, and today I'll take you through a short little mini workout covering 3 Steel Mace Vinyasa exercises and a matching loaded flow. Assuming you've already done your warm-up, let's start with our first exercise, the tactical lift with an uppercut. So you can start with a small mace if you'd like to warm up. Begin at the back of your mat, take an over grip and punch your knuckles down towards the floor. Level 1, step forward with your opposite leg, pull your mace into an uppercut position as you bend your front leg. I recommend starting at your level 1, just working the static position, making sure everything is really smooth. And then when you're ready, you can add your dynamic variation. Add a power breath upon stepping and aim for about 8 to 10 reps following along with me. See that your feet are hip distance apart. See that your back and spine are completely upright. Chin is level with the horizon, and there's minimal rotation in the spine. Instead, you're just looking towards where the globe is landing. Back heel is lifted, back glute is on, aiming to have the front knee stacked directly over the midfoot. Come through a bayonet switch, take an over grip on the opposite side. Level 1, step forward with your opposite leg as you lift your back heel, perform your uppercut in a static position. Power breath, core engaged, bending both legs at the same time, maybe even initiating with the back leg first. Watching the knees, making sure they point straight ahead. Dynamic, uppercut lunge, power breath. Power breath as you step, power breath on the compression. You can rest in a prayer position, inhale through nose. Exhale, bounce a little bit. Try to regulate the nervous system in between your rounds. Inhale and exhale. Next, we have an open hip conditioning drill. Start with your legs in a wide stance. Anchor your mace onto your right or left side with the elbow married to the rib and the top hand facing away. From here, pivot the front toes open so your feet are perpendicular and pivot that back foot in just slightly so that your back foot's turned in maybe like 10 degrees to protect the hip. Level 1 of a Warrior 2 lunge, keep the mace underneath your chin. Eventually, you can press your mace up and overhead for the static Warrior 2 lunge. Power breath. If you're doing 5 to 10 reps, I like to start the first 5 reps at least with my level 1. And if you're new to Steel Mace Vinyasa, you'll want to stick with level 1 for a while. If you've been practicing for a while and you want to try the more dynamic variation, lift, open, land, press mace up. Lift, open, land, press the mace to horizontal overhead. If you're really advanced and you have a drop swing, add your drop swing partial here or a full drop swing here. This is assuming that you have a drop swing in your practice and healthy shoulders. Switch sides, coming to a wide stance. Pivot your opposite toes out, anchor elbow to rib. Top hand faces out, shoulders are packed. Level 0.5 here for a static Warrior 2 lunge. Just working on getting that hip mobility, keeping the spine upright. If you have tight shoulders or the inability to press overhead, you'll want to start with that 0.5. And this is level 1 of a static Warrior 2 lunge. Notice I'm breathing out forcefully to get my core to contract every time. As you progress the movement, you can go into your lift, open, land. It might start shallow here, and that's fine. Eventually, over time, lift, open, and really open up those hips. Add a partial drop swing with both hands connected to the mace. Lift, open, land. Add a full drop swing, landing in that reverse guard position. To rest, bring your club to or mace to a prayer position. Inhale through nose. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. And last, we'll go into Malasana or Yogi Squat. A few different variations here. Level 1, if you're just beginning, tap your elbows to the insides of your knees. Lean your body back against the weight of the mace. As you stand up, squeeze your elbows to your ribs and squeeze your glutes on. Level 1, body remains upright. We're working on getting out of this position and working the back muscles here against the load of the mace. Eventually, you might be here. Other variations of our Yogi Squat. A 360 into Yogi Squat to flag. 360, block, dump, pull, Yogi Squat to flag position. You'll want to make sure that you do this with both hands, the other hand on top, so you get both sides. Block, dump, pull, Yogi Squat, block, dump, pull, and a Yogi Squat. Power breath, shoulders packed, body upright, midfoot balance. A lot of times when people go into the Yogi Squat, watch my lumbar spine. They come down here and they just hang out in a rounded spine. You have to, see how my spine just like elevated? You have to kind of hover a little bit up here so that your back and your low back and your glutes are active holding you up versus, see how I'm like passive here? This is active. So I'm coming right to my edge, keeping my lumbar spine from going into flexion. I'm keeping a little tiny bit of extension in my lumbar spine. So those are your 3 exercises. You can pause the video and kind of cycle through those 2 to 3 more times. You can add a timer, doing a 90-second work, 30 seconds rest interval. Generally, when I'm training clients in Still Mace Vinyasa HIIT workouts, we're using some sort of an interval. But I think as you're learning things, it's really important to solidify the foundations, go through the learn it round, add time. Okay, so now that you've finished your conditioning circuit with 3 exercises, it's time to integrate them into loaded asana. So we can go a few different ways. We can go through a sun salutation, or we can go hatha style. For hatha style, we're essentially introducing the poses from a mountain pose position and eliminating the up dog, down dog transition. I like this for beginning yogis to really understand the power poses and how to really solidify the foundations in those power poses. Power pose just means that you're standing on 2 feet, it's an upright pose versus like a deep stretch pose. So let's enter from hatha instead of doing the vinyasa. So start with your mace in a prayer position. I like to pick 3 different poses that match what I just conditioned. So my first one that I did was an uppercut lunge. So thinking about what would be the pose that would mirror that. So I can start in prayer position, in knee bend, I step back. I've got warrior 1, which is similar in that it's a closed hip power posture. I can start with my mace in prayer. Option 1, I can press my mace up and overhead into a horizontal overhead position. By the way, this is how warriors actually blocked from people striking at their skull. They get their center of gravity low to the ground, press and propel the thing that's swinging at them away, keeping their back leg fully engaged and pressing out through their lats at the block. Side note. Other variation, we could go to a torch position here. Kneebless front knee bend. This one involves a little bit more extension in your spine, in your neck, and in your thoracic spine. Ideally, you always want to make sure you do it on both sides. Level 1, warrior 1, mace in prayer. Next progression, horizontal overhead. Breathing in and out through nose, ripping and crushing. I'm not just statically stacking my bones either. I'm actually really integrating torque, grip confirmation, shoulder pack. Imagining somebody was striking, I'm propelling that off, never striking at my skull. And then my next progression, I drill my elbows into a straight position, I look up, sink into the front leg. That's warrior 1. Back to mountain pose. Inhale through nose. Exhale. I recommend you do all of your loaded asana, 3 to 5 breaths for each one, and then do the unloaded knee bend. Take a big step back with your opposite leg. Warrior 2, leg stance, modified side flag. The mace is close to me. My arm is 90 degrees. My wrist is in line with my elbow. Shoulders are packed. This back leg is on. Up 2. You can perform a mace switch so you get even on either side. Notice how my eye gaze followed my mace here. You can also mace switch behind the back as well. Pull the mace to prayer. Reposition your hips so that you can functionally step forward and plant the feet. The opposite side, modified side flag. Back arm is doing what it would do in the warrior 2 position. Got our full side flag. Switch dynamic. Really love the swinging mace switch. It just feels super natural, super warrior-like. I pull my mace to prayer. I re-pivot so that I'm ready to step forward and prepared for when my battle happens. You can block. You can change directions. I can move and keep my my eyesight on the horizon so that I'm scanning and I'm observing, orienting, deciding, and acting. Last yoga posture before we do unloaded. Malasana, or garland pose in Sanskrit. So they imagine somebody squatting down here, so they put a little garland, like a little lei around their back, so the pose looks like this. The way we train under load from our mountain pose. Hold. Level 1. Level 2. On both sides. That one's quite a bit of effort, so take your time working that one. Finish up with our unloaded asana. Knee bend, step back, sweep the arms to prayer. Level 1 for warrior 1. Level 2. Level 3, I press my palms together and look back up and extend my spine. 3 to 5 breaths. Deepest bend in the front leg. Back glutes on. Reaching your hands up towards the ceiling. Try it out. Hold the hands to prayer, bringing your center of gravity back towards the midline. Pick up the back ball of foot. Prepare and step back. Forward. Knee bend. This knee bend's important. A lot of people, when they try to do a standing asana, this leg is locked out and they try to come back and there's no stability in the knee. So I'd rather have you knee bend and bear load so that there's like this moment of stability as you step back. Level 1 is here. Level 2 is here. 3, I press my palms together and look up deep in the bend in the front leg. Looking through that little space between my hands. Breathing through the nose. Gather. Pivot to back ball of foot, bear load in front leg, slow motion, mountain pose. Here we are again, rolling the shoulders back, righting the spine, chin is nice and lifted. Knee bend and bear load on the base leg. I'm going to reach right back into our warrior 2. Might start here, just getting my leg stance right, maybe doing a couple self-assists here. Hands can be a prayer, and eventually out, parallel, deepest bend in the front leg. Out those shoulders, go through all your alignment points. Gather, pivoting to the back ball of foot. Shift weight to front leg. Step forward, knee bend, step back. Hands with prayer, arms out to a T. Check that back arm, see if it is in line with the shoulders. Pack your shoulders, stretch like you're holding 2 mace or 2 clubs. Deepest bend in the front leg, stack that knee. Really try to find your edge with the unloaded asana to help you perform better, help you have more mental endurance, and more flexibility and mobility. So come out of it, pivot to the back ball of foot, shift forward, and go both of those. And then last but not least, inhale, exhale, Yogi Squat. Hands in prayer. This one you can dynamically press the elbows to the knees as you pack your shoulders down through the crown. Breathe. Some other fun variations. You can sweep an arm out, finding thoracic rotation. Here, you can create a bind on either side by rolling the back shoulder in, searching for the hands, creating a bind, and fighting the knee against the arm against the knee to create that dynamic tension in the fascia. Come out the same way you went in. Switch. Breathe, finding that little bind. Staying as upright as you can. Returning to the starting position. And how we do one thing's how we do everything. So come out of it intentionally. Squeeze the glutes to the top, pack those shoulders, and return to your mountain pose. So there you have it. That's a follow along Steel Mace Vinyasa mini workout, adding loaded asana sequence from Hatha and adding an unloaded sequence as well. Check out the programs, everything's dialed in, follow along style. I hope that you start integrating the practice holistically, and I hope you enjoyed this video.